everyone, this is Afra. Welcome to another episode of Ziva Academy's podcast series. As you might know by now, these podcasts are about short-term rentals and each delve into an aspect of the industry for us to get more empowered and ultimately successful in running our businesses. In our previous episode, we talked about what Google My Business is, why vacation rental owners and service department operators needed, and the importance of appearing your vacation rentals on Google Maps. Today we're going to get into more details about the benefits of Google My Business. So, if you're interested in this topic but haven't listened to our first podcast, it will be better if you just take a few minutes and go back to the previous one. This will help a lot to catch on the information we provide you today. First of all, I wanted to welcome our guest, Hamid Mateen Rod. Thank you for joining us today, Hamid, and also helping us cover the general idea of what Google My Business is in our last episode.
You're most welcome, Afra. It's an honor for me to be here with you today and help our audience learn about this subject more, as having a Google My Business listing is so influential and defining for almost all businesses, short-term rentals in particular.
According to your explanations in the previous podcast, I can say with certainty that we're totally on the same page. So let me just go straight to the main point. Hamid, I know that GMB has a lot of benefits and we're gonna go through all of them, or at least most of them today. But if you want to name one as the most important one, which one will you choose?
That's a tough one, but I'm pretty sure it's getting more direct bookings. Suppose you're a vacation rental owner or a service apartment operator. What's your biggest goal?
I have to say more direct bookings, especially with no commission fees to a third-party website like Booking.com and Airbnb.
Exactly. One of the most significant benefits of Google My Business is that when a potential guest searches for the terms like hotel, accommodation, or apartments in your area, your property can appear with photos and full contact details in Google Search and Maps. Then with a simple click, the Google user can go straight to your website or contact you via phone, email, or message, all of which lead to more potential direct bookings.
I think we've talked about it a little bit before, but yes, it makes sense, and I can say that's the dream. But there's a problem. When people look for properties in Google, and I'm not sure if Google My Business can help solve this problem, and some of our listeners might have had the experience before that even if they type the property's name on Google, the first and high results are the OTAs. If Google My Business is useful in this way as well, could you please tell us how?
That's a great question, and I really thank you for asking it. With the help of Google My Business, you can surpass the OTAs, those online travel agencies like Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, in the organic search rankings. Being featured on the map pack or Google My Business gives vacation rentals more reach and impressions, which results in a higher ranking in search results without changing major SEO strategies. Plus, short-term rentals can show up higher than major OTAs like Airbnb, HomeAway, and Vrbo. And there is another point. When using Google My Business, you can drive more traffic to your direct booking website.
How so?
Being featured in Google search engine result page gives vacation rentals and service apartments higher impressions for their Google My Business page, allows them to rank higher in organic search results without major changes to SEO, as I said before, and perhaps most importantly, it allows property managers to be listed before popular vacation rental listing sites like Airbnb, HomeAway, Vrbo, and more in organic rankings. This ultimately drives more traffic to your own website, increases direct bookings, and cuts out listing site commission fees.
Oh, well, I gotta confess, I'm so fascinated. All you've said is just like a dream coming true. But what if someone doesn't have a website for any reason? I don't know. Maybe they don't know how to set up a website, or don't have enough tools or money to hire an expert to do this. So, what's the solution then?
Google My Business has a solution for that too. Another feature that makes Google My Business so tempting for short-term rental owners is a free but basic website it provides its user with. With no cost involved, you can take advantage of a website and a direct booking platform. The most fascinating point about this website is that you can update it, write various blogs, add offers, discounts, services, and testimonials. It's free and easy to do, as you need no developer skills or coding abilities. Even though the design is standard and basic maybe, and you can't really change it, if you want to get a business up and running, brand and build a website for your vacation rental, Google My Business offers this very practical solution. I'm not saying it's a very catchy professional website, but for the beginning it might be enough. But sooner or later, you of course need to have a direct booking website either designed for you by a professional or just one offered to you by your property management system, or what's commonly known as PMS.
Good. Is there anything GMB can do? So, now that we're talking about the more opportunities GMB presents to you, I remember I've heard about something as Google's most popular traveling platform. I was talking to one of my colleagues and he said how it is getting more famous among travelers, as it's a tool that Google offers, just like GMB. Is there any chance that having a Google My Business listing helps you with this as well? I think this popular platform was Googlecom/travel.
Yeah, what your colleague said is actually true, but it's not growing in popularity only among travelers, as more and more accommodation providers are also seeking to be seen on this platform. By adding Google My Business to your marketing strategy, you don't only appear on google.com/travel, but potential guests can also get an overview of your prices and availability. Google usually retrieves such information from different OTAs. Pricing is not something you can edit from your Google My Business dashboard, but Google itself grabs this information and then puts its user onto it.
Well, okay. I think now some of our listeners might be ready to use this free tool. So it leaves us with one question. How can a person make Google My Business for their short-term rentals? And if you think it's a long process, we can devote another session to that.
No, to be honest, creating a GMB, Google My Business account or listing is pretty easy. What matters the most is optimizing it, which needs more attention and accuracy. Maybe we'll talk later about that.
Deal. So let's just cover the first step, which is creating an account for now, and leave the rest to another podcast.
Great, I'll go over the process step by step. Go to google.com/business and tap the Start Now button. Then enter your business name. After that, enter the exact address of your rental, as you'll usually later receive a Google postcard containing a verification code at the same address. Choose your business category, for example, service accommodation, hotel, guest house, self-catering accommodation, and so on and so forth. The options are just almost limitless. Enter your business contact information and a link to your website. Then add a description of your property if allowed based on your business category, and finally add some bright catchy photos of your property, including interior and exterior shots, your logo, and a cover photo. It's also very important to do this with the same accuracy and care as you would while adding your properties to listing sites or your direct booking website, for example. And the final step is to verify your business on Google. There are usually 5 ways to do so. Through postcard, phone, email, instant verification, or bot verification. However, please note that for most accommodation types, Google only lets you verify your listing by sending you a postcard, which means a Google postcard containing the verification code is mailed to the address of your business you originally entered while signing up.
Good, thanks. I think it was clear enough. Just one last question. I've seen some people having this concern whether vacation rentals are eligible on Google My Business or not. What's your answer to that?
Well, that's not an irrational concern, but you shouldn't worry about your listings as there are many different eligible categories to choose from. However, if the question is about verifying your organization on Google My Business, you should note that Google currently doesn't consider vacation homes, model homes, or vacant apartments as being eligible for a business listing. However, your business can be approved under the category of vacation rental home agency or property management company, for example. As Google policies are changing all the time, my recommendation is to read their guidelines carefully before you start anything. There are definitely categories under which you can get your listings verified.
Well, I must thank you for this honest and accurate answer. I hope anyone who's listening to this podcast can overcome this obstacle too, and Google starts to be a little kinder to vacation rentals.
Yeah, I think it might happen in the near future. Just let me tell you one more thing. The bottom line is that you should be aware that more and more business owners are joining Google My Business every day, and the hospitality industry is no exception. So you need to know the latest trends and keep your Google My Business listing updated.
I agree with you. So I think we can talk about some tips and tricks and how to optimize Google My Business listing for more conversions in our following podcast. If you got an interest in the subject, stay tuned as in the next episode, which is I think the last one of Google My Business series. We're going to brief you on some of the handiest ways to get the most out of Google My Business in the near future. Till then, take care and be safe. If you're watching this video on YouTube, for more podcasts, just subscribe to our channel and ring the bell. In case you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comments. And also, don't forget to follow Zevo Academy on social media.